Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing today? Come on in, just like I said before, and let us know. When you come in the room, speak. Let me know that you're here. Tell me how your day was. You know, how is everything going today? What you cooked today? Girl, what you cooked today? That's what I want to know. What did you cook today? Did you eat? Are you okay? How's your mental? We got to know these things, right? Because we don't want you around here sad, upset, stressed out about nothing. We want to keep you straight. Have the conversation with me. Everything on my channel is for entertainment, educational purposes only. And also, everything on my channel is allegedly. So, as you can see, we're talking about, our kids and the vision of the household. So, this is a strong one, you guys. This is a strong one. So, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. When a child is divided between two households. What we talking about today, y'all? What we talking about today? It may be you. It may be you when you were growing up. How did you feel? Leave it in the comments. How did you feel when you had to be divided into two different households? Or when your dad or your mother wasn't there? How did you feel? Did you feel conflicted? Did you feel like drained? Moving back and forth, going back and forth for your mom being a single mom, whether she has someone there or not. Do you think if you have both parents in your life that if something is going, your permanent place is your mother's home? Do you think that dad should help when your mother is in need, or vice versa? Sometimes men's pride don't want that woman to help them, But if a woman needs and she has your child, what do you say to that? What does your wife or your girlfriend say about it? We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. So how's your mental? Is everything all right? I hope so. I hope so. So let's give a few minutes for people to come in, whether they're in the bushes. If you're in the bushes, come down and leave a comment. Tell me how your day is. Let me know. I want to know how your mental doing. I want to know, are you getting treated right today? Did job make you mad? Did your boss make you mad today? Let me know. Because I know it ain't easy. I know bills are coming up, child. And I know you got to make ends meet. I know sometimes you be like, fuck them bills, but we know we need them. You know what I'm saying? Especially here, it's too cold to be talking about F them bills. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna pray about it. We just gonna pray about it. He always provides for us. Put a smile on your face. Put a smile on your face. Don't ever let nobody see you down. Don't ever. Some people enjoy it, but don't you ever. Don't you ever allow them to see you down. Okay? So let's get into it. So, what we're talking about today is our kids. Even when we were kids, when we were divided amongst household. Me personally, I was divided amongst numerous households. I had to move here, here, there, and all of it was family. But with those different personalities, oh my God. And my daddy remarried, and he has a wife. But my question to you is, if your child's mother is the permanent place where that child stay, do you think that the dad, even if he has a wife, should help in that household, especially if he's not on child support? So the mother is down, right? And she needs help with lights, water, and gas for a car. The first thing I would even say, right, is you have to communicate with your wife. You have to communicate with your girlfriend, your significant other, to help them understand what you are trying to do, because a real man takes care of the household that that child is in. you know and even sometimes when you're not paying enough child support to that woman, and you think that that is enough, 200, 300, 400, that is not enough to take care of a child. So the man would really have to have an understanding woman. But me personally, I would have to step into play if he would want me to, and I would have to handle those things. You know what I'm saying? And me and the mother would have to have a good relationship, because you don't want, if you love the man, you have to love the child too. You know what I'm saying? Like, the child has to already is going through enough, going back and forth, to daddy's house, to mom's house, and they see their mom struggle, but then they go over there to their dad's house, they're not struggling. You know, it's like a band-aid over their heart, because now I gotta go back home and I have to deal with this. Everybody goes through struggles. So I want to play this video so that you can see exactly kind of where I'm trying to go with this. Because us as mothers, we carry a lot and we have a lot on us. And if you're really doing what you're supposed to do as a mother, and you come with some bumps in the road, which I know everybody has some bumps in the road, and you're trying your best, then yes, I do feel like the guy should um help take care of the child. But one thing about it, you have to get the understanding between your wife and your child's mother. Because if you're a mother, I'm not finna say no baby mother. I do not like that word. Because if you're a mother, that is your child's mother. Don't call me no baby mama. You know, don't call me that. Because I really feel as though if you lack thereof something in the other household, a permanent household, it needs to be done, because your child is there. And you can't worry about who's around when your child is there. You love you, and your child's mother brought that child into this world. And you made a promise to that child at birth. And you care that much about that child. I'm not seeing not a guy around me. I'm not seeing the guys are not, seeing anything around him, but he has to respect his significant other. And the child's mother has to respect that, you know. But I would kind of love for the the wife or of the man, or the girlfriend of the man, to kind of like understand he's taking, he has kids with her, and he's taking the household first, and you handle and make sure, and he goes pay bills that need to be paid, or car notes that need to be paid. It's men like that in his world. and they want to do anything possible. They don't have to be dealing with the child's mother. It's real men that don't deal with the child's mother and still, be there for their child. If she says, I'm sorry, I have to ask you this, but we really need this. You know what I'm saying? Or you can even go half. Well, your baby daddy, well, your not baby daddy, your child's father, um, you be like, I can give you half. You know, talk it over with your significant other, and the child's mother will have to find the rest or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just help out if you have the money to. We all know people fall short and they go through things. We do know that. So I'm not speaking to everyone according to the moment or whatever moment they're in, situation they're in. If they can't afford it, then we can't make them afford it then. But you got some guys around here that don't get a job to take care of their kids. They get mad because another man is in the household. Some women get mad because another woman is in the household and around their kids. And you have to trust that who you chose as a real man to you will find a real woman for him and a real have bonus mom or bonus dad, however it may go. You have to trust that. As long as your child's not coming home and saying that um my dad's wife or girlfriend is doing this, or my mom's boyfriend, no, be a good parent to your children. Allow them to see that you can coexist with each other. That's what they need when they're divided like this, coming from one household to another. I done seen so many guys, where they feel like they just got to do for their household when a child is at their household, and the woman feels like she just got to do for the household when the child is there with them. That's confusing to the child. The child needs to feel nothing but love. The children need to feel nothing but love. Like, if my mom is down, that my bonus mom and my dad would be able to help, wouldn't mind helping, you know, just without all the bull crowd, the extra stuff. So, especially if it's a boy and the dad is being a man, you got to show him. You got to show him how it's done. Like, you got to carry yourself as a man. You can't get back. If you got somebody, don't get mad, you know, at if the baby mama has somebody. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at those situations. Don't start that negative part because then you have the child confused. You see what I'm saying? Because my baby daddy, he had stopped doing what before when my husband came along. My baby daddy was really upset. He wanted me back, so he stopped doing for his kids for a minute till he realized that I was not coming back, and he was doing until he realized he was doing for the household until he realized that he was not going to get me back. And what I'm saying is, a lot of times they want you, back because they know that they made a mistake and now they can't have you back. So, they want to end up taking care of the kids too, stop picking them up, and the kids see this, you know what I'm saying? And the mother has to deal with a lot when it comes to that. And they may not know because he may not know because I never told him. You know what I'm saying? But the kids seen it. The kids seen it. You don't hardly have to say nothing. And that's a lot. That's toxic when you're in a position like that. So I just wanna do some little short videos, especially when it's boys. And I had two boys. And you have to realize this is the type of stuff you're going to end up having to go through.
It is very important that the father is mindful how he treats the son's mother within the home. It affects both boys and girls, but with a boy, his mother, how his father treats his mother is vital. So when the father is going to issue instructions, the child, when he comes to certain age, will say, why should I, within himself, why should I obey how you treat my mother, what you do to her within the home and outside, and these kind of things. So we must be very careful. There are very many things that affects children of which they do not speak, they do not say. But when they think they come to age, they react to it.
Right.
Exactly. They do. Because one of my sons definitely react to it. One of my sons was, their dad had a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend, and he was living with her, and I saw her talking to her. She seemed very, very cool. But what she was trying to do was, she was trying to get, them to rekindle their relationship. And, a lot of people don't understand. You always want the child to do that. That is the child. You are the adult, regardless of if they grown. You cannot want acting like the child is a problem. My son got really angry that day. And I don't want to tell you everything that happened that day, but I felt like, at a certain point, like, I think people need to learn how to let things flow and let things happen on its own, because sometimes people can make it worse, especially when you get older and you get grown, and when the children have not seen him and he hasn't come by, to see him, even if he was right around the corner, standing around the corner from us. He didn't come by. When they need rides to school, he didn't come by. So kids remember that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they were having a conversation, and all of a sudden my son just screamed and said, "You just don't know. You don't know. You don't know." He had things held in that, for one, I didn't know. Just like the our seasoned mother right here, what she just said, I didn't know. And what his dad did, their dad did after that, it blew my mind. For you not to sit there and be there for your child, and you to pull out a bang bang on him because he's upset and he's angry, it's not cool. And then to have his significant other be like, that is disrespectful and stuff like that, when you only have one child. And I have six. I have raised my kids. When your children get the age where you can understand me and what they had to go through, then you can holler at me. I am a great mother, so I don't need, it's okay to try to rekindle things with your dad. But my son soon apologized, but I also think they should have been apologizing to him too, because you don't pull a bang bang out on your son that you're trying to rekindle things with. It's not worth it anymore if you do something like that. He apologized for slamming the door and getting angry. So he took accountability for what he did. But I don't even know if they apologized, because they did not know, how deep it was. You're saying you're helping him. That's not helping him when you're pushing things on him, and he is the type of child that you cannot push things on. Even though he's grown, he's not that type of child. And the anger wouldn't have been there if you were there. If you were there, everything, just because everything didn't end up like you wanted, and that you're miserable with your life because you wanted a life and family together, but it's not like that. The things that you've done, I wipe my hands clean up. And it's a lot of mothers like me out there that have to deal with dads that are very temporary, and then at the same time think they're owed something. My children did not have to, come around him. He can easily come around them. But now my oldest, he stays going around his dad. He tries his best to respect them. And I like that about him. You know what I'm saying? But I would never ever pull anything out on my children. I remember my dad and my mom, she did, she fought me. And my dad came to where I was and was like, where he asked my auntie, where's my mother? Because he said, tell her, he told my auntie to tell her, don't she ever pick nothing up or hit my child, because I never ever had to pick nothing up and hit her with it. And then, sent me to the hospital, and and I was pregnant. So, I remember my grandma trying to jump on, get my mom off me. Um, but my dad told her, like, you know, my dad has done some things, you know, in his life, and had his mistreatment towards me. But at the same time, wherever house I went to stay, he paid his way for his child. You know, he made sure that I had what I needed wherever I went. Um, also, always reminded me that I'm gonna get you out of this situation. I'm gonna get you out of this situation. But it don't, at the same time, it don't sound. It sounds good, but it's just a crazy story. But I do feel like, oh man, if that woman is doing everything and taking care of your kids, but she just doesn't have this right here, like enough money for the bills or a car note, she had to take whatever first before whatever. Because sometimes you be like, okay, I'd rather pay this electricity bill with this money than a water bill, because the lights need to stay on. So now I got to, make ends meet to keep the water on. Why not be able to ask your child's father, because your child is there. Your child needs to take bath. Your child needs to eat and be able to cook his food. If it's cold, he needs heat. If it's um electricity, that microwave need to run. The food don't need to spoil in the refrigerator. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this next video, and because this is a touchy subject. Um, because it's difficult when the father or the mother has a significant other and coming to an agreement that you know and just having the vision, okay, I gotta block the others, not wholehearted. You still have to respect their significant other, But when you're got your child in the household and you can't afford something and it's for your child, and she comes to ask or he comes to ask, you gotta man and woman up, because that's your child. You gotta look at every day. And then what if your child come, dad, I don't have any we don't have any water over there, you know? No, you ain't gonna want that. Oh no, not no child of mine finna be without water. Now you may went through your struggles when you were younger, but ain't no child gonna be without water. My child gonna be without water. Now you got one of those baby mamas or baby daddies that just, oh, they have these habits and they wanna get your money and do all the wrong things with it. No, you know what I'm saying? If your water gonna get cut off, I'm going to pay that bill myself, or my wife, or my husband, or whatever. I'm not putting the money in their hand, because that's just your protection. That's just your protection. You're still thinking about your son or your child, period. Now, these women and men, they have to take care of their children wholeheartedly. You got to have that good relationship. You got to. So let me go to the next video. Especially if that woman don't have you on child support, she gonna need help with something. If she say she lost her job, you know, yeah, talk to your significant. First, you have to talk to your significant other about it. Now, real men that's in a household with someone else's child, but that child's mother is with a real man, he may be like, no, we don't need him to help. I'm going to get it and I should have it. And that'll be cool. This vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it can go either way, but the child is the main focus. And make sure you're supplying every need of that child. Okay? So I want y'all to hear this.
If your baby's mother takes care of your child day in and day out, takes the child to every appointment, makes sure the child eats, is safe, happy, etc., and you can't respect her, you're a little punk that'll never respect anyone. Because she is the hero that picks up all of your slack to make sure that little human you created is taken care of. She loses patience, sleep, friends, alone time, and more to pull her weight in yours. So next time you call her names and belittle her, think about what she does for your child. Y'all dudes need to open your eyes. Being a mom isn't easy. Respect is the least you can have for her. If your baby's mother takes care...
And that's a real man. The way he's thinking already shows me that he's a real man. You know, um, and the same way if a woman was thinking like that, vice versa. Um, if they're doing all the things, like, it should be no problem. I ain't talking about just a baby mama just trying to be cool, you know, have that a little fakeness in it. And when he get with somebody, then you're mad. No, because a real man is not gonna get with somebody that stops him from taking care of his child, wherever his child may be. The child can be at the grandmother's house, you know, the uncle or the cousin's house. But if your child call you up and say, Dad, I want something to eat, you need to be there. And or if you can't be there, you need to have your significant other and making sure that everything is straight between your child's mother and your significant other, where she's able to go take that food to that child, and she's welcome wherever that child is. I'm just serious. I'm just serious. We have to learn how to get along between these children, or else they're going to be divided in their mind, in their hearts. Like, that's the way they're supposed to treat their mother, or That's the way they supposed to treat their dad. If mother is over there talking bad about dad, what do you think the child is getting out of it? What do you think if the father is talking the father is talking bad about the mom? You know, what is what you think that's gonna do to the child? You know, whoever you bring in must still bring in that same respect for your child's mother. You know, you could take it in consideration, but you know, a lot of people don't take that in consideration. They don't. They just don't. And that don't mean that you're dumb because you're doing for your child because your child is in that household. You know, you think things through before you do things. Agree to doing things for your baby, not baby mother, but child's mother. You know what I'm saying? Know exactly the goal is to do for that child or children if you have more than one. So I want you to hear this next clip because this is the same thing that I'm trying to say and I'm trying to talk about right here. Let's go.
You divorced, but you still take care of your wife?
Yeah. Yeah, she get a bag every month.
Y'all still cool? You cool?
Cool. She just texted some money this morning for her birthday trip.
Wait, I'm just trying to figure out how you
Hold up. I want to play that again because y'all didn't hear the beginning.
you divorced, but you still take care of your wife?
Yeah. Yeah, she get a bag every month.
Y'all still cool? You cool?
Cool. She just texted some money this morning for her birthday trip.
Wait, I'm just trying to figure out how you move on, but you still take care of what you left behind.
Because I feel like them kids be stressing them out so bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, they do a good job of that.
Right.
Now, if the mamas don't do a good job of the kids, I ain't giving them that.
Right.
But I feel like them kids is the job. God, boy, my children, boy.
And you know what? I'm paying because I know how these kids are and how they treat. They're not like this with me, but I know how they are with you. I got to pay. I got to break you off.
That's a job.
A full time.
Man, kids. Brother, I'm sitting here on this nice leather brown sofa. My daughter probably asking her mama, showing her the same TikTok dance for 50 times right now.
Right.
And I get to be in front of Shannon Sharp. Brother, listen here. Let me give these people some money because I'm living.
Right.
You know? That's why I bless those women the way I bless them. Because my mama she was brokenhearted, but she was broke too.
Right.
And none of the father of the kids really stepped in like that. My dad had helped when they on good terms.
Right.
So that's when I broke that curse. I'm like, even if me and my baby mamas ain't talking, man, I'm gonna send that paper. I'm gonna make sure they straight. And I ain't gonna just send it for the child. You ain't gonna have to worry about your rent, your car, even if you don't deserve it. Because God give me things I don't deserve. Like people be asking for, God, give me what I deserve. Are you sure about that? Because you know what you did behind closed doors. So I ask for undeserving favor. So I treat people how I want God to treat me. And I seen the different impact of how my kids raised because they appreciate me more because they watch how they mama. They watch how you treat their mama, especially them boys. And it did have an impact on the way my children were raised because now that they don't have to worry about that, it ain't really too much to stress about in this world.
Right.
We think it is. But a person that's why when celebrities be talking about money problems, they must forgot. When you ain't got no money, but I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Because when you ain't got no money and you got problems, when you broken hearted and broke, at least when you're broken hearted, you got some money. Let me go shop and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, if you broken hearted and broken, I seen my mama, this lady was stressed. And then when I see a woman stressed, I get anxiety. Because let me at least try to relieve that part. You know how people like, let me smoke that weed. Yeah. Let me try to give her a little money. And you won't believe. Most of the time you give them a little money, they think they be stressed. For some reason my head ain't hurting no more.
Yeah, right. That way you see.
That head ain't left, man.
Right.
It's that money, man. My mom was broke, man.
I like everything that he said. Everything that he said, especially when Wayne, he has been speaking on this for a long time. Country Wayne, he is a good guy. He's always gave not just to his ex-wife, he gave to his baby mamas. And I like the fact that he said, um, to keep stress down from the kids with the kids. And that is so true. Who wants to see their mother stressing, especially them boys? They're going to grow up to be leaders one day. I think Country Wayne, is the prime example of a real man. And like I always say, nobody is perfect. We make our mistakes. But when you have God into it, you let God be the lead and not the tail. Oh my God, all type of beautiful things come through you. All type of beautiful things flow in you. You are able to teach your children. You don't want the children, obviously they know how to look. I'm not gonna ask them for this. I'm gonna ask them, they don't, he like he said, he's still gonna send them that, even if he don't talk to them. Because the children, they really do. Because I have children around here, child, showing me TikTok all day. And I'm just like, I don't want to see that. Like, I got other stuff on my mind. But I sit there and watch. And I tell you, I don't be into it. But you have to put that on for your kids. You got to do that for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes kids, they don't understand, Mama. You supposed to have that time for me. You supposed to have that time for me. But, just like he said, like, this is how a man is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to want somebody to come that accepts that, because they have to understand that. You know, they have to understand that what he has been doing. You know what I'm saying? Because he really appreciate the mother of his kids and what they how they take care of his kids. Pure point blank, real man all the way. I almost want to hear it again, because it's just, is this a dream? Pinch me. Is this a dream? Because Country Wayne, you are truly God led. You are truly the epitome of how a man should be. I knew it took some time for you to get here, but you're here. And I really do appreciate that. All these, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say lost children's father, children's mother. They're lost in the way, some are lost in the way that they treat their kids. And when you know that see, Country Wayne, he got a big old house for each one of his children, got a room. See, but they still go back and forth to their mom's house and stuff like that. So that's like, a divided home too. Like, they still have to go back and forth sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely is the one that raises those boys, because at the end of the day, he got girls too, but he's showing them boys how to treat their girlfriend, their future wife, their siblings, their sisters, their mother, you know, because baby, we're always supposed to be taken care of by our children, by our boys, because they're gonna be led one day. As soon as they think about girlfriends, them boys need to think about being a man of the household, because you got to prepare your children, your boys especially, to be head of a household and know that that's what they want for their life. you know and I mean, and just pray that our daughters don't have to be the head of their household, and have to have that only responsibility. And we call those single mothers. And single mothers do a great job, but we don't want our girls to be like that. We want them to be able to take care of themselves. But if they have kids, we just want you know, whether it's a significant other or whether it's your husband or whatever, you want them to be taken care of too. And their brothers and their dad are the ones that show them that. Just like Country Wayne and his son. And I think he got like 3 or 4 sons and like 3 daughters. He got some kids. And, you know, and he said he'll want more. Because he knows he's gonna continue to work. Look what he just said. He's like, I'm here and they probably bugging their mama right now. Like it's not, you know, this is things that we're supposed to do as mothers, but you know, that is a full-time job if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a mother. Now I'm not it ain't no easy way out. So anybody that says it's easy, they're lying. They're lying. I've seen so many people write their little books, but everything don't always go that way. And you better guarantee you're making it go that way. That's why you're writing a book about it. But we gotta do better with the dividing and making it peaceful for these kids and pleasant for these kids. And seeing the smile on your face, you the baby, the child's mother and child's father should not be angry and looking at each other angry. Everything should be copacetic. And the child always need to know that everything is gonna be all right because dad is there, and everything is gonna be right because mom is there. And even though I gotta go here and there, you have that talk with your child and let them understand, and that no matter what, you're going to be there for him. You're only a step away. That's for the mother or the father. So I'm going to play this last video because I was the parent that was on child support, put my child's father on child support because the simple reason of he wanted to do things when he wanted to do it. And he was still kind of bitter. So I knew what to expect of him, you know. But at the same time, a lot of people think, oh, you're getting child support and I never got the amounts that I was supposed to get because he kept switching jobs. I mean, they get like that. And I matured in a divided home, and now he's playing games where I have to take care of my children, work, and I have to take care of my children too, with what he's supposed to send me. Just like I said, I had to get a consistent payment from him because he wanted to do what he wanted to do. And even though your child's mother has you on child support, you still do for your child or children. That is just bitter and selfish for you not to do. It's always about the kids when you are not together anymore. It's about the kids, not the child's father or the child's mother. It's about the kids. So if I were to come to him and say, look, the water is off, I need your help. I don't want to hear nothing about anyone else or your children are here. This is why this needs to be done until I get back up on my feet, because those are my children too. And I'm going to take care of them when I get back on my feet, you know? So listen to this, young lady.
If you are a single mother and if you have been taking care of your child financially 100% by yourself, if you've been put in harsh predicaments to where you had to pick between paying a bill and doing for your child, and as a mother, we know which one you're going to choose. And if your child's father has been abusive financially towards you because he can't get his way, when you finally do put him on child support, that first check that you get, treat yourself. Yeah. Treat yourself, and don't let nobody make you feel bad for doing so, and understand that money can be used for anything that's going to benefit the child, and that's whether that's your car payment, light bill, etc., any bills inside the home. Next caller.
Yeah, they do be bitter. They be bitter. That's a different type of divided household there. When you have that bitter baby daddy or you have that bitter baby mama. That's when they become baby daddy, baby mama because you're bitter. You know what I'm saying? You I'm a I'm my child's mother, okay? Because I took care of my children, I raised my children. He didn't have to make them sit at that table, do their homework. He did not have to help them do their homework. He didn't have to tell them to go upstairs, take a bath, and get your sleeping clothes out, come eat, fix them something to eat. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to walk them to school. He didn't have to walk them from school. He didn't have to talk to the teachers. The matter of fact, the teachers didn't even know him because they knew my husband, and they had to call us one time and ask who is a man up there, say that he's their dad, and because they never seen him. And they literally turned them away because they was like, I can't believe it. Seriously. This is what happens when you're not around your kids. The division gets confusing and the children are looking like, oh, yeah, that is my dad, but I mean, he never came to the schools. He never came to events. It's a lot of nevers. Let's put it like that. You party, you switch girl from girl. I don't want my boy to see that. When you are a boy, yeah, you're gonna have different girlfriends because you're trying to figure it out. But when you get up to be a grown man, you don't got time for that. You have run your course. Stop doing that. Your time right now should be okay. I'm gonna get ready to have some grandkids. My children are grown. Get ready to have some grandkids. I can't wait to see my grandkids. But when I tell you my boys think so much better than their dad, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. And just imagine who goes through what I'm talking about that I went through. When my boys got older, they worked. They worked and got what they deserved. It runs in their blood. Cause one thing I'm not even gonna lie, that daddy will work, but if you have to tell him what he needs to do for his kids, and I'm in a whole nother relationship, marriage, you know what you need to do for your kids. I mean, I'm not finna do your job and mine too. That's not fair to me. Now you're trying to make me stress, and then, I'm not finna do it. Period, point blank. And this goes on in many households when the kids are divided. And that's the negative part of it. But long as you can keep it like this.
You divorced, but you still take care of your wife?
Yeah. Yeah, she get a bag every month.
Y'all still cool? You cool?
Cool. She just texted some money this morning. For her birthday trip.
Wait, I'm just trying to figure out how you move on, but you still take care of what you left behind.
Because I feel like them kids be stressing them out so bad. I'm like, man, they do a good job of that.
Right.
Now, if the mamas don't do a good job of the kids, I ain't giving them that.
Right.
But I feel like them kids is the job.
Period. If you ain't doing a good job with the kids, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because you gotta take care of my kids. But from the time I became a mother, I do this. I knew this. Focus on your child. Take care of your children. And when I was a first time mother with my oldest child, I still was doing it then. My main focus was them. Whatever I did for them. They was under me. They was there for me. They're with me, and I didn't mind. If you couldn't get them, if you can, you couldn't get them. I wasn't worried about it because those are my kids, and I'm gonna keep them. You don't have to watch them if you don't want to, and that's when their grandmother was well off because she wasn't sick and stuff like getting sick like she was now. So a lot of that stopped because for one, their dad's mother had to, always would be there for him. Um, get the kids for me, and she wasn't doing it for him. She was doing it for me. She knows that I needed that break. I'm still close to the mother to this day because she's such a good person. She always was there for my kids. The sisters was always there for my kids. It really made me not even care that whether he was there or not, because I knew they always would be there for them. And I always tell my kids, never ever forget about them. They did so much for you. You would have thought, I was saying to myself, like, you would have thought it would be your daddy, but it's his mom and his dad and his siblings. They never left us out. Didn't ever leave me out either. So you may have a bad relationship with your children's father, baby father, but you may not have a bad relationship with the family. So anything to keep those children happy. That's all I'm saying. Keep the kids happy. If the baby father is not acting right and that family loves you, hey, that's what you're gonna have to take, because that's the closest thing to that dad. And make sure there's love in between that family and your child and you. That's all. So I hope that you get something out of this today, because we gotta keep that division from being in these households. We gotta make things right just for our kids, just for them, because it breaks their heart. It's gonna be a point where they're asking why you and dad ain't together, and it ain't necessarily gotta be something against your significant other. It's just a question a child is gonna want to, say. That's something that they recognize. They recognize it and they just ask the question. Sometimes with children, it is that serious for them, but sometimes it's not. Once you explain it to them and help them understand, and you may have to do it together sometimes. Make sure your significant other knows. But I want to thank you guys so much. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm on the road to 2,000. Thank God for all my new subscribers. And thank you for watching this live. I really do appreciate it. I got some more bangers. You already know. I said I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to give up. I'm coming up with my own ideas and throwing a little of the ideas, the things that's going on the internet too, in there. Maybe, just maybe. But a lot of times when I do these videos, God have led me to talk about them. So if he led me to talk about them, that's what I'm going to talk about. So thank you for watching. I want you to have a good night. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.